Hello everyone, this is the second video of chapter 11, probability of single event. In this video, we will count probability. Please open your textbook, start from page 313 until 322 under submaterial 11.3 probability of single event. It is important to you to remember possible outcome, sample space, and total number of hits. So if you forget about it, please rewatch our first video about possible outcome, sample space, and total number of it. Because if you want to count probability, you need to understand about it first. If you have done with the first video and you already understand about it, let's start count probability of single event. This is the formula of probability of single event, or the formula to count probability. You can find it at page 315. PE, probability of an event. To count probability, you just have to find these two things. The first is number of favorable outcome for event E, or we can represent it as variable K. Then total number of possible outcome, we can represent it as variable M. Then just divide it. It's so simple, right? So let's try to solve some problems. You can open your book, page 316, practice now 3. It's on page 316. This is the question. Practice now 3. A ball is drawn at random from a bag containing some balls numbered 10, 11, 12 until 24. Find the probability of drawing E, a 21, E2, an odd number, E3, a composite number, E4, a perfect cube. So let's try to solve this practice now 3. In this question, we have 4 events. E until E4 has different events, so it will impact to the number of favorable outcome for event E, or for variable K. It will be changed according to what case or what question that given for us. So let's start from E1. E1, the question wants us to count probability of drawing a 21. So we can make the sample space first, or all possible outcome. So in this practice now 3, a ball in the bag, it's from number 10 until 24. So we have the sample space. It's from 10 until 24 because the ball on the bag, it's numbered from 10 until 24. So the sample space must be 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23 until 24. And the sample space, it must not change, right? Because all the balls, it's still all of it on the back. So we can count the total number of the possible outcome. Start from 10 until 24. Let's count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So total number of possible outcome it must be 15. So we already have total number of possible outcomes for this practice now 3 or for this question. The one more thing to find is the k, the variable k. Do you remember it? K represent number of favorable outcome for even E. So this thing, it's according to what question. And for E1, we should find probability of drawing a 21. It's just one, that's mean, right? It's just one from all of this ball. From 15 balls, we count the probability of drawing a 21. So the total number of this event, it's mean the k. Mr. will write down the variable to make it simple, because we already know the k is number of favorable outcomes for even E. So the k is equal to 1, because 21 it's only 1 for all of this possible outcome. So the k, it must be 1, and the m, here is m for total number of possible outcome. M is 15. So just divide it. Probability of this event for a 21, it must be equal k per m. It must be 1 per 15. Sorry for the sound outside. Yeah, let's continue for E2. E2, the question is an odd number. So we should find how many odd number on the back, on the balls. Odd number is start from 11, 13, 15, 17, 19, 21, and 23. So we have more than one. We can write down it. Okay. It's okay to write down it as K, or we can write down it as E. And the K is for total number. Okay, the E for E1, the even for E1, it must be the odd number. Odd number is from 11, then 13, then 15, then 17, 19, 21, and then 23. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so the K, it must be 7, right? Just like that. And M, it's not changed. M still 15 because the ball in the back, it's still from 10 until 24. So the possibility of even E for odd number, we should divide K and M. M, it's not changed, still 15, but the K change according to the question. The question is odd number, so we already count it, and the odd number from 10 until 24, there's 7 odd number, so we can write down K as 7. Yeah, we already solved it for E2. The possibility for odd number is equal to 7 per 15. Do you understand? Until this, it's just a simple thing to do, right? You just have to, the first thing you have to find the sample space and then state the total number of it, and then you can look at what question of it. Look at the question, what event that won by the question. For E1, it's just won a 2021. That means it's only 1, and then just divide it 1 per all possible outcome. It's 15. 1 per 15. And then for E2, it must be 11 from 23, because odd number from 10 until 24 is 8. Oh, and then just divide it, K divide by the M, and you got 7 per 15. Yeah, you can go for E3 and E4 for composite number and perfect cube. You can solve it, then please send it to Mr. via WhatsApp privately to Mr. Don't send it to your group class. Okay, yeah. Next thing to do, you can open your book at practice now 4, page 318. Page 318, this part, practice now 4. Let's solve it together for E1 and E2. This is the question. Practice now 4. A card is drawn at random from a standard pack of 52 playing cards. Find the probability of drawing E, a red card, E2, an ace, E3, the 3 of clubs, E4, a card which is not the 3 of clubs. Okay, so let's start to solve this. The formula is still same. We just have to find K and M. We just have to find number of favorable outcomes for even E, and we just have to find the total number of possible outcome. So let's start. Practice now 4. The first thing to do, it must be find the sample space. but we already know the total number of the sample space, right? It's already written on the question, but it's okay to make the sample space. The sample space must be contain 52 playing cards. It's mean maybe it's kartu remi in Indonesian, right? It has shape love, what's it else? Diamond and club and any others. But it's only have 4, right? 4 shape and 2 color, black and red. Okay, so it must be start from 2 love, 2 diamond, 2 of this shape, and then 2 of this one, right? Yes, sorry. And it must be next to until the ace, right? Ace for love, ace for diamond, and ace for this, and ace for this. Okay, but we already have the total of this card, all of this card. The total, it's already written on the question. The total number, or total number, it's okay. Total number of possible outcome it must be 52 according to the what question said for us. Okay, so let's start from E1. A red card, red cards, yeah, it must be so many, right? Do you remember from Remy? Maybe Mr. will show you the picture. This is it. Yeah, so we have 2 color of playing cards, red and black. So for this E1, for red cards, it must be the shape love and diamond, right? Yeah, so that's all the possible outcome for this case, the event that we want for this case, that question 1. So the E must be 2 love, 2 diamond, 3 love, 3 diamond, 3 diamond. The next 2 until the ace of love and ace of diamond. Yeah, it must be half of the cards, right? Because 2 red it's 2 and 2 black it's only 2. So from 8 we can determine it must be the half of the cards, the playing cards. So how many is it? We can count it to find K, number of favorable outcomes for even red cards, 2 love, 2 diamond, 3 love, 3 diamond, and else until a love and a diamond, it must be half of it. Half of 52 is 26, right? Yes, so from 2 love until a diamond, it must be 26. Then this is the K and the M is 52, total number of possible outcome. Then we can find the probability of this event. The K is 26. Sorry. The K is 26 and the M is 52. So we just divide it. 26 per 52. This is the right answer, but the most right one, we should divide all of the numerator and denominator. We must be divide it by the same number to simplify it. So this is a right answer, but it's not the simplified one. We should simplify it to find the probability. Yeah. For this number, these two numbers, it can be divided by 26 and 26. So to simplify it, we divide it by 26. 26 divided by 26, it must be 1. 52 divided by 26, it must be 2. So the possible outcome for the probability, the probability of drawing a red card, it must be half of all, half of the sample space. Do you understand? For this one, then you can go for E2. You can solve it by yourself at home and please send it to Mr. privately in WhatsApp again. And a hint for you for E2, you can go for E2, yeah, just E2. The question is an ace. Ace, how many ace in playing cards? Yeah, you can count it by yourself and then divide it by 52 as the M. Okay, and then you can simplify the number. Yeah, that's so you already have 3 tasks to do from practice now 3 for E3 and E4, and then for practice now 4 for E2. So you only have 3 now. Next, the last for this video is, let's count the exercise 11.1. Remember the spinner. Let's solve it, and Mr. will add some question for this one. So let's start to solve exercise 11a. This is the question. A dartboard is divided into 6 equal sectors. When a dart lands on it, the number of the sector on which it lands is known. Write down the sample space and state the total number of possible outcomes. Then Mr. will add the question for us. We should find the probability the dart lands on the even number. Okay, Please note it, write down it on your book, your textbook. Add the question, find the probability of the dart lands on the even number from number 1 until 6, right? According to the spinner, according to a dartboard, the dartboard. Okay, so let's start. This is the spinner. It's contained number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, right? Yes, so that's all the possible outcome. And we can write down the sample space. Sample space is all number on the dartboard is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 until 6. Yeah, we already solved the first question, right? The sample space. And then how many possible outcome on it? It must be the total number. The total number of possible outcome, it must be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it must be 6. And remember, this is represented by m. M equals to 6. Then what the question? What was Mr. at before? We must find the probability of even number. Probability of even number, or we can write down it as probability from the even. It must be k per m. We already have m. M is equals to 6, and then the k, we can find the k. How many even number on this? How many? Yeah, it must be 3, right? 2, 4, and 6. So the k must be 3, or we can simplify it. It must be half of the sample space. Divided by 3 equal to 1. Divided by 3 equal to 2. So the probability of this is a half, or half of the sample space. So I think that's all for our learning in this video. Thank you for watching. I hope you keep learning in your home. Keep you're healthy, and don't forget, again, Mr. remember you to always wash your hand before you eat, before you touch your face, or after you hand any object. And yeah, just stay at home. We hope this pandemic virus must be done as soon as possible, right? We pray and hope for it. So thank you. See see you on the last video for chapter 11. We will still count probability, but it's more further than before, or more advanced than before. Yeah, I think that's all. See you in another video.